Hey, good morning, everyone. Michael Thomas here, Wildcryptos. Man, so reading so much news this morning about what's going on in the markets and cryptos and everything has been kind of crazy. So I wanted to come in and do an update. There's a lot of information going on. We've had some amazing things happen. We've had some things verified with TBC over in the Philippines with 110 tribes that are now accepting TBC as their form of currency. So all the kings and queens got together here on the 28th and signed the MOA to allow that to happen within the Philippines. One of my contacts basically said that there was over 4,000 tribes that are indigenous or indigenous tribes that and the first 110 in the Philippines was just the start of it. So that's a great thing. Guys, I'm going to go and share a screen here. Just remember, guys, this is just all in my opinion when I'm reading on the informational news and everything. And I just want to just pass some information on to you guys. So let's see. Where am I here? Oh, yeah. I went to the wrong place, didn't I? Okay, so let me put this in. Lots of information. Let's start here. So earth-shattering news will make your head spin. So this is about the 110 tribes that signed the Bitcoin proclamation. And so this is pretty good. Let's listen to this. Well, no, let's not listen to this because it's not what I thought it was. Let me go to the other one because I know there's one in here that is pretty cool. So let me go back here. A couple other things are coming up too, guys. They've extended the redemption period for us because of all the problems that they were having with the new server. Okay, listen to this, guys. This is what's going on, happened in the Philippines on Memorial Day, May 28, 2018, with the TBC.
Guys, we are done with the TBC event, signing of memorandum of agreement with the 110 tribes and their kings and King Dato Kuluban. So here are some of the kings and queens and their princess and prince. So guys, let us all greet the world. Okay, come on. Okay, thank you very much. And thank you for welcoming us. Salamat po. So, ito po sila. Katatapos lang po ng event natin dito. Ayan po si one of the these are the kings and queens of the 110 tribes of the Philippines. Guys, napakayaman ng kulturang Pilipino. Napakayaman ng kultura ng Pilipinas. And now I am more proud that I am a Filipino. First time ko pong na-meet ang mga cultural people po natin. And I'm so thankful. Say hello po. Yes, she's one of the queens. And I'm so thankful. I feel it's like I am in a teleserye. Do you remember the teleserye Amaya? So, I feel like I am with them, no? Kasi ito talaga, first time ko pong na-meet yung po mga kababayan po natin, kapwa Pilipino po natin na tribal people. Ano po, nakakatuwa, nakakataba ng puso that the Philippines is so rich of cultures, of different cultures. So, ito po ang mga taong ginamit para makarating po ang TBC sa lugar na ito. Sila Mr. and Mrs. Tablan. So,
okay, guys, so there is some information there, and you can come down and read the memorandum down here on what was signed and the agreement. We did get verification that this is a legitimate agreement between the 110 tribes of the Philippines Okay. And Daniel S. Amaro is the president of TBC, elected president of the Philippines. And his name is on here, as well as the king, Dudo Kulaban. Okay. And then you have the TBC Consumer Corporate president, TBC leader, Feliciano Tabalan Jr. On the document. So you can come in and read this and look at the signing of it. So this is a day in history for TBC in the Philippines, that the first 110 tribes of indigenous people in the Philippines have basically signed an agreement, an MOA agreement, to use TBC as their form of currency. So that is awesome. That is great news. Guys, more news coming in here. Let me keep going because there's a lot of good news. So there were some questions about, are they going to extend and here's some more news about another video of the signing that somebody posted here. You can go and see that too. That's a very interesting video. Very good to know. There are so what they did here is, as of today, they said they're going to extend the reward redemption period to June 7th. So all you new members out there that were wondering, oh, am I going to have time to redeem my purchase and whatever? Yes, you do. So if you got your wallet set up, you got your back office paid, or you still need to pay your back office, and you want to buy TBC from your sponsor or trusted seller, please do it soon, because time is going to run out on this redemption for this period, and you won't be able to redeem them until November if you don't do it soon. Okay. And soon means within, I'm going to say before the 7th. Okay. Before this June 7th, you need to make sure that that's done. Also, guys, when you go and you redeem your cookie rewards, it takes time for that to process. Okay. On the old server or even on the new server. So it could take 48 to 72 hours before you can get your cookies redeemed into your wallet. All right. And that is, and they said here could take 48 to 72 hours. So, quit sending all these emails to admin. Where are my cookie rewards? How come they haven't hit my wallet? Blah, 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 blah. Guys, they are working as fast as they can to get it done. So let's work with admin. Let's be patient with admin and support, and let them do what they've got to do to get everything, because they're getting millions and millions of people, or hundreds of thousands of people every day, okay, that are migrating, doing the redemptions and everything. So there's a lot to do. Okay, and remember, they're working on a shoestring budget with just a small team. And this migration and this redemption is causing some problems, but they're fixing them. So let's be patient with them, okay? All right, guys, other news. Okay, verified transaction rewards, new wallet. So new members, or members that have migrated over to the new wallet, which is tbc009.net, where your wallet's at. There's a new process, wallet type, okay? So for those that are in the old wallet and those that are in the new wallet, okay, have the new wallet, basically there's a process you have to do, and that is you have to come in and you have to select which server you're on. So know which server. So if you're in on the new TBC009 server, you're going to select TBC009.net. All right. You're going to put your new wallet address in here. The purchase date has kind of changed. All right. And you got to put in a time now. Okay. You can copy that from your TBC009 wallet. All right. And then the amount in U coins. Now, guys, I submitted, I had one of my partners submit me this, and he submitted it according to what he read as U coins. Okay. And it comes up as your $100 purchase was like 11 U coins, which is 11 kringles, right? 1,100 kringles or so. So basically, when we submitted it, it never gave him his cookies. So I've got a question going in to see what will fix that. And once I have an answer, I will let you know on Unseen, and or email you guys on my partner team the answer for that and see if they fixed it. Okay. Other than that, guys, this is how you're going to process your confirmation for your purchase of TBC. Okay, so if you buy $100 worth, all right, you're going to select the amount you bought. All right, and we just go down here. Okay, so the amount is not going to show up here except in U coins, amount purchased. Okay, and U coins or Kringles is going to be it's going to show up as an 11 for $100 worth, and or $200 worth, probably 22, 24, so on and so forth. So this is one of the issues I think that I don't understand, and I'm going to get an answer for that I put a question in. Okay, so we'll wait for that. So a lot of information going on with TBC, a lot of things still happening. We are in the process of the migration, guys. You have 90 days, so no hurry. They've extended the redemption to the 7th of June, so you can still buy and still get and redeem your cookie rewards if you get to your sponsors and your trusted sellers, okay, your orders for TBC. So you're not going to miss out, all right, as long as you do it before June 7th, okay? So if you got to mail a check, you got to use PayPal, you got to use Litecoin, Ethereum, or whatever to get a transfer over to your trusted seller or your sponsor, and or the process in the back office under your account. Make sure you do it before June 7th, and don't wait until the 6th thinking that, oh, I have plenty of time, because it takes time to process. Okay, it takes time to get this process and get it into your account, and then process everything so that you can redeem your cookie rewards. So do it way before June 7th. If you're still concerned about it, I would do it today. I would jump on it today, guys, just to get it done, and so you're not worried about it. All right, all right. So TBC 009, your login, what it looks like. That's what it looks like on the new wallet. Okay, and it's very, very simple to use. Okay, make sure you use your correct email and password that you created when you registered for the new wallet when you migrated over. All right, guys, let's go into some other stuff that I want to talk about, and I want to kind of give you guys a little scenario of what's going on in the world with cryptocurrencies. Not just TBC. TBC was a big one. News on the other day with the Philippines. So we're seeing a lot of changes. We're still in the red. It looks like we had some green this morning, and then it went to red. Yesterday was really good. It picked up a little bit. We went from $7,044 per Bitcoin back up to 75, and now we're dropping again. Guys, all this is because of what's going on in the markets, okay? And what's going on in the world when it comes to the different changes what are occurring. And I want to show you here on some posts I put in on what's really going on. So I've spoken to you before in the past about the Deutsche Bank, okay? And the Deutsche Bank holds 2/3 of the derivatives throughout the world. Okay, close to 2/3 of the derivatives. They're about 60 trillion, between 55 and 60 trillion now. And the bond market is basically they buy up the debt throughout the world. Okay, and then they resell it and resell it and resell it. So we have like $60 trillion in debt. Actually, there's a little bit more. I mean, if you go worldwide, there's probably like about 200 trillion, okay, in actual debt and derivatives that is out there in the world from all the countries. And what we're seeing is if you don't listen to, I mean, I listen to Big Swear, I listen to Jay Snip, I listen to a few other very high-end people that are into cryptos and that really pay attention to the markets. And what we're seeing is that JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank derivatives, I mean, they're literally on the brink of crashing. they cannot hold their market together because all the bond markets and everything people are not buying bonds like they used to. Okay. And Deutsche Bank and JP Morgan, those two are side by side. They buy and sell each other's debt all the time. They buy bonds, sell bonds, and they're just not getting the input that they were getting. So this here is something that you should come and listen to. Big Square puts a real good explanation of what's going on what's going on in the markets. There is another thing here. Greg Manarino. Okay, this is on Unseen Guys. Greg Manarino gives a really good explanation of what's going on with the derivatives and the banks and the bonds and what's happening in this bubble that we're in. That's, it's about ready to just burst. And guys, all this is good for cryptos. Okay, guys got to understand all this is good for cryptos. So here's a little thing about Deutsche Bank and the earnings, what's going on and why. I mean, they're laying off people around the world because they just can't. Their percent has fallen, and they cannot hold this system together anymore. So they're going to start letting people go that works for Deutsche Bank around the world. So they're talking 120 million euros, 79% fall from last year's figure. That's a big percentage, a 79% fall from last year's figure. That's huge. I mean, that is like 2/3 of the derivatives, just in Deutsche Bank are about ready to be called on. And it doesn't look good because JP Morgan has got the same problems, So here we have two systems, and we bailed out JP Morgan. We did that bailout back in 2008 when everything crashed, and they're right back. They didn't solve any of their problems after we bailed them out. They kept doing the same practices. Okay. And this is why we are where we are today. All right. We are at a place where the system is just about to give up. Okay. It cannot last anymore from what I'm hearing, from what I'm seeing. And, this is another thing. Remember when China said, "Oh, we're going to ban cryptocurrencies." Now look, China embraces cryptos as trade war looms. Guys, all this stuff that crashed the crypto markets, that crashed this. Okay, all the FUD that came out basically has now come to a head. All right. Oh, cryptos are going to die. Well, guys, this money has to go somewhere. It doesn't just disappear. Okay. It gets moved. So all this money that's in the world that is moving around the world has to go somewhere. And guys, there's two places I think it's going to go. It's going to go into cryptos and it's going to go into metals. Okay. I don't think it's going to go into land as much at first, but it will also go into land in the future. So, I mean, the whole wealth that is held by the elites is going to shift. Okay. It's going to shift. And these guys are skirming, like China, Deutsche Bank, JP Morgan. They're scurrying to figure out how to get a hold so they can manipulate, these cryptos. So like Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, those are two coins that I would invest in. Any of these top 10s, except for, any of the top 10s would be good, except for EOS. EOS, I'd be very, very careful to step into EOS, even though, they say a lot of good things. Very, very scary on who is behind EOS and the lies. The same people that are behind EOS are the same people behind BitConnect. Okay. And the same people behind BitConnect are behind Tether. Okay. So those are, I would be very, very cautious of those, of getting into any kind of ICOs or with them, because to me, that has scam written all over it. Just huge scam. all over it. And you have a lot of different choices here that are so much better than those. Veritasium, you know, I don't know much about Veritasium. Big Sword says it's a good one. You know, a Populous, you know, I read a little bit about Populous. That's got some really good potential. There's a couple of really good ones that have been sitting kind of here in the wings. You know, I'm still kind of a Bitcoin fan because it's easy to mine and it's easy to get a lot of. And I think this is going to go back up to, you know, a couple bucks here real soon once everything starts shifting. You know, Ethereum Classic's still a good one. Neum's still a good one. You know, Dash has a new platform that came out the other day. They announced Monero is still a good one. So there's a lot of other choices besides those ICOs that deal with really have no proof that they're not scam like. I mean, EOS may have a good idea. Okay, I'm not saying their idea is bad, but it's the people behind it that scare me. Okay, because I'm not going to put my money in something that these guys used to run a pedophile ring. Okay, they were attached to it somehow. Okay, I'm not gonna be involved in stuff like that. So you know, the whole thing is that we need to be aware of what is going on with these cryptos if we're going to stay in cryptos. All right, so that's what's going on there in that world. Guys, there is just a lot of information going to come out today with the next days. I put a little blurb out that, you know, between 10 to 60 days, we're going to see some things happening. Some people think it's going to happen a little sooner. And they could be right. I mean, because all this is just my opinion from what I read and understand. And I don't see this going on very much longer where this old system that we're in is going to last. Yeah, I see it coming down like a house of cards. It's about ready to crash, guys. You know, it could start within the next 24 hours, especially with the report that came out about JP Morgan and Deutsche Bank, and a new Deutsche Bank's going to get a new rating here probably before the end of the week. And if they get a negative report, okay, you're going to see a lot of derivatives being sold off that they're going to come in collecting. So you know, one of the advices that I heard and read about, you know, pay off your house. If you're cash strong and you get into that cash, pay off your house, pay off your car. Don't get into any more debt. Okay, get rid of the debt, and get rid of and don't go buy a new car on debt. You know, just sit tight until all this kind of blows over, and we start moving into the new system. Now, the new system is going to be cryptos. It's going to be cryptocurrencies, man. It's going to be way different. Paper money is probably going to start fading away. You're going to see some currency wars going on still. You know, you're going to see some changes with other foreign currencies that are going to change value. Some are going to come par with the dollar, and some are going to go way down. Okay, they're going to hyperinflate because they just don't have the GDP to back their currency. So everything's got to come par and come even, and that's the part of this currency reset and this reset we've been waiting for. So just know that things are changing. We're in the brink of it. We should probably see some great things here in the next couple of days. And I mean by great, people might say, oh, that's not great. The whole system's going to crash. Well, if you're set right and everything, you're not going to feel it too much because you're going to be able to move right into the other system. Okay. And yeah, it'll be a rough ride for a little bit, a rough patch. But all those that think that, oh, it's not going to happen, you know, we're going to survive, you know, the American dollar is going to come out strong, blah, blah, blah. Well, it may not, guys. I mean, the United States alone, you know, we have probably, you know, 30 to 40 trillion in debt derivatives, okay, just with the Deutsche Bank. And that's not counting JP Morgan. That's not counting, you know, all the other debt throughout the world that our country has developed through trades. Now, could this all just be settled by one country forgives the other country's debt? Because what happens is each country is borrowing off each other and nobody's paying each other back. So could the countries basically just say, okay, let's do a forgiveness, reset, and we'll forgive your debt, you forgive our debt, let's start over? Well, yeah, that could happen, as long as the elite's hands are not involved in it. That would be great. Let's hope that's what happens. Guys, be ready for what comes in cryptocurrencies. I hope you guys are set good, or you're looking at them. There's going to be a lot of money going into them real soon, probably within the next 60 days. I'm going to say. I mean, some people say sooner. We'll see. I mean, I'm skeptical on some things on that, but we hope for the best and prepare for the worst, guys. This is Michael Thomas, Wild About Cryptos and TBC and all the other altcoins in the world. Guys, take care, be safe. Catch you next time.